Hello students, welcome back. This is Mrs. Mercado speaking. This is going to be the last and final lecture that I'll be recording over chapter 28, which deals with the balanced scorecard and corporate social responsibility. Okay, this is Accounting 2402, Principles of Managerial Accounting. Okay, so I'm just going to dive right into the last problem that we're going to be covering for this chapter that I'm going to be going over. I also want to remind all of you that there are additional resources provided in Cengage. There's Show Me How videos that you can utilize. The textbook has great examples. The PowerPoints are provided with additional information. So make sure that you utilize all of the information provided to assess the chapter's content. Okay, so the next problem that I'm going to be covering is exercise 28-10, which once again deals with measure maps. So this problem has a lot of information, and it's very important that we don't become overwhelmed with the information. We need to take it a step at a time and understand what is it that they're providing before we even start doing our calculations, okay? So the problem reads, Silver Lining Incorporated has a balanced scorecard with a strategy map that shows that delivery time and the number of erroneous shipments are expected to affect the company's ability to satisfy the customer. Okay, so we have two components that affect customer satisfaction. One of them is the shipment time, and the other one is any errors made on the shipments being made. Okay, the strategy map for the balanced scorecard shows that the hours from the ordered to delivered affects the percentage of customers who shop again. So what does that mean? That means that if it takes too long for the customers to get their merchandise, they're not going to be happy, they're not going to shop with you again. And the number of erroneous shipments affects the online customer satisfaction rating. So if there's an error on the shipment, they're not going to be very happy. And this is common sense, okay? What do people want? They want fast shipping and they want their orders to be correct, okay? Very basic principle here. The following information is also available, okay? Now, in this information that I'm going to be going over, these are the company's targets. This is what they want to achieve in order to be able to keep the customers happy. So the company's target hours from ordered to delivered is 40, okay? Every hour over the ordered to delivered target results in a 0.5% decrease in the percentage of customers who shop again. The company's target number of erroneous shipments per year should be no more than 65. Every error over the erroneous shipments target results in a 0.5 point decrease in the online customer satisfaction rating and an added future financial loss of $500. The company estimates that for every 1% decrease in the percentage of customers who shop again, future profit decreases by 4,000 and the market share decreases by 0.3%. The company also estimates that for every 1 point decrease in the overall online customer satisfaction rating, and in order to measure the customer satisfaction rating, they're using a scale between 1 to 10, future profit decreases by $3,000 and the market share decreases by 0.6%. So, I've done accounting for a long time and all of this is just so confusing. A lot of information, well, what are we going to do here? Okay, well, we need to analyze all of the information. We need to take it a step at a time. We need to breathe, okay? So, the top part is the company's targets, and they're giving you kind of like the penalties. What happens if you don't meet those targets? Now, the bottom part is the estimates, okay? Using these estimates, we have to determine how much future profit and future market share will change if the average hours from order to shipped is 27.5. The average shipping time, this is the hours from shipped to delivered, is 16.3. And we have 80 erroneous shipments during the year. Okay. So let's see what we're going to do here. Let me get comfortable so we can get this problem going. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to figure out the decrease in percentage, okay, of customers who shop again. So over here on the top, on the bullet number 1, okay, it says that the company's target hours from order to delivered is 40. Okay, so we should be taking 40 hours from the point the order is made to when it is delivered. Okay, the company's target hours from ordered to delivered is 40 hours. Okay, pretty tight margin there. Okay, so the company's target from the ordered to delivered is 40. Now let's look at the last bullets here where it says average hours from order to shipped is 27.5. So it takes me 27 and a half hours. Okay, it takes me 27 and a half hours to when the order is placed to the shipping point, and then it takes me, let me see, then it takes me 16.3 hours from the shipping time to the delivery time. Okay, so this is broken down between the time the order is placed to when it's shipped, and then the hours from when it's shipped to when it's delivered. These two items combined are going to be compared to your target hours from ordered to delivered. Okay? Okay. So, the first thing we have here is the 27.5, let me not underline, 27.5 hours, and that is the average hours from ordered to shipped. Okay? And I'm getting that from down here. So from ordered to shipped, it takes me 27 and a half hours. From shipped to delivered, it takes me 16.3 hours. Okay, that is the average hours from shipped to delivered. Okay, so total, let's add those together. You're going to add 27.5 plus the 16.3. That gives me 43.8 hours. That is your average hours from ordered to delivered. So it takes you 43.8 hours from the time the order is placed to when it's delivered. The company standard or their target is 40 hours. So it's taking you 3.80 hours longer than what anticipated based on the target. Okay, so I know it's taking me 43.8 hours. My target is 40 hours based on the first bullet, 40 hours. So then that means that it's taking me 3.80 hours above the target, okay, which is not good. Okay, now let's look at the second bullet here. Okay, let's look at that second bullet right there. It says every hour over the order to deliver target results in a 0.5% decrease in the percentage of customers who shop again. So I've got my 3.8 hours. I'm going to multiply it by my 0.5% decrease. Okay, and let's see what that gives us. The 3.8 times 0.5%. That gives me 0.19. Now I'm going to multiply that times 100, and that gives me 1.9%. Okay, 1.9%. Okay, so that's 1.9 decrease, okay, in percentage of customers who shop again. So because it's taking me longer than anticipated, I'm going to have a 1.9 decrease in percentage of customers who shop again. These customers are, this 1.9 decrease in percentage, you're going to lose those customers because they don't want to wait 43.8 hours. You know, they were told 40 hours and it's taking you 43.8 hours. They're not very happy with that. Okay, so now that we've calculated the decrease in percentage of customers who shop again, we can go ahead and we can identify the effects of the erroneous shipments above target. Okay, so if we read down here the last bullet, let me go down here. The last bullet says that we have 80 erroneous shipments during the year. Very bad. Okay, we have 80 errors basically in our shipment. Okay, well, what was our target? Our target was 65. Okay, we were anticipating to make 65 errors a year. We're making 80 errors a year. So that's not very good. Okay, so I've got 80 errors currently. I'm going to subtract that from my target. I had a target of 65 errors. Okay, so that's 15 errors above the target. Okay, 80 minus 65 gives you 15. Okay, now I've got 15 more errors than I anticipated. Okay, now I've got 15 errors, and now look, let's see what it says here. Okay, let's look at the next bullet. So that's a lot of information we have to digest. Okay, let's look at that bullet right there. That's my fourth bullet. Okay, so my fourth bullet says, every error over the erroneous shipment target results in a 0.5 point decrease in the online customer satisfaction rating, okay, and an added future financial loss of $500. So for every error over the erroneous shipment target, we had 15 errors above. We're going to have a 0.5 point decrease in the customer satisfaction rating. Now, the customer satisfaction rating is based on a scale from 1 to 10. Okay? So, my scale is from 1 to 10. So, it's a 0.5 decrease on my customer satisfaction rating. Okay? So, I'm going to do 0.5, and I'm going to divide that by my scale, which is a 10. My scale runs from a 1 to a 10. So that gives me 0.05. Okay, I'm going to use that 0.05. So all I did is I got my point decrease divided by my scale, which was a 10 point scale. So it's a 0.5 decrease based on the scale. The scale gives me 10 points, so I'm dividing the 0.5 by the 10 points in my scale, and that gives me 0.05. Okay, so that's going to be 0.05. Okay, and then what does that give me? Let me get my calculator out. So I had 15 errors above the target, and I'm going to multiply by 0.05. That gives me 0.75. Okay, 0.75 decrease in overall online customer satisfaction rating. Okay. Now, it also says that for every error above the target, we're going to have a loss of $500. Okay. So we had 15 errors at $500 a piece. That's going to be 15 errors times 500. Sorry about that. 15 times 500, that gives me $7,500. Okay? So $7,500. And this is $7,500 added future financial loss. Okay? So, by having more errors than when we had anticipated, we're going to see a decrease in the overall online customer satisfaction rating of 0.75. We're also going to have a financial loss of $7,500. Okay, so those were the effects because you had of the erroneous shipments. Okay, now we're going to have the effects of the decrease in the percentage. Did I spell that right? Yeah, percentage of customers who shop again. Okay. Okay. So here we had already calculated, we had a 1.9 decrease. Okay, 1.9. Let me see if I can bold that. Yes. We had calculated a 1.9 decrease in percentage of customers who shopped again. So we have 1.9. Okay. And now look at the first, second, third, fourth. Let's look at the fifth bullet. Okay. Insert, and let me do shape. Let's look at the fifth bullet right here. Let's see what that bullet says. Let me get another color. Let's get orange. Okay. So it says the company estimates that for every 1% decrease in the percentage of customers who shop again, future profit decreases by $4,000 and the market share decreases by 0.3%. So we had a 1.9 decrease of customers who shop again. Okay, we're going to multiply that by the $4,000. Okay, first of all, times the $4,000. And let's see what that gives us. So we've got 1.9 times 4,000. That gives me $7,600. Okay. So it says here that for every 1.1 percentage, you're going to lose $4,000. You're going to see a decrease in your profit of $4,000. We had a decrease in percentage of 1.9%, almost 2%. So then we know that if we had gotten 2%, it would have been 8,000. Because we have 1.9%, that gives me a $7,600 decrease. Okay. Decrease in future profit. Okay. So we also going to get the 1.9% because we also are going to have a decrease in our market share. And our decrease in our market share is going to be 0.3%. Okay, so we're going to do 1.9 times 0.3%, and that gives me that 0.0057. And I'm going to multiply it times 100 to give me a 0.57 percentage. Okay, 0.57%. And I multiply by 100 to get a percentage. Okay, that's what we do. I do 1.9 times 0.3 percentage. It gives me a decimal, and I multiply it times 100 to give me a percentage. So that gives me 0.57, and that is a decrease in future market share. Okay. Now, last but not least, we're going to get the effects of the decrease in overall online customer satisfaction rating. Okay. So, the overall customer satisfaction rating has already been calculated right there. We know that we have a 0.75 decrease in overall online customer satisfaction rating. So we're going to get that 0.75, okay? And we're going to multiply it. Let's look at the last bullet here. We have 2, 4, 5. Let's look at the bullet number 6. Let me just do that real quick. Shapes right here. So if we look at that last bullet, and all I'm doing is going a bullet at a time. That way we know what is it that we're doing. Okay, that way we make sure that we are taking care of all of the items or the requirements in the problem. Now it says here, the last bullet says, the company estimates that for every 1 point decrease in the overall online customer satisfaction rating, future profits decrease by 3,000 and the market share decreases by 0.6%. Okay, so I know that my future profit is going to decrease by $3,000. For every point, it's going to decrease by $3,000. I know that my customer satisfaction rating dropped by 0.75. So I'm going to get my 0.75 and I am going to multiply that by $3,000. Okay, and then that's going to give me, oh sorry, I'm opening Word instead of the calculator. Let me close that out. Here we go. So I'm going to get the 0.75 times the 3,000. And that gives me $2,250. $2,250 decrease. Decrease in future profits. Okay. Now we know that the decrease in overall online customer satisfaction rating was 0.75. Now it says here that the market share is going to decrease by 0.6%. Okay, so then let's see what that gives us. 0.75 times 0.6%, okay, times 100, and that gives me 0.45%. Okay, 0.45% decrease in future market share. Okay. Now that we've done all of these calculations, we can now calculate. Okay. They're asking us to determine how much future profit and future market change will change. What did I say there? It didn't sound right. It says determine how much future profit and future market share will change. There we go. Okay, so now that we've done all of these calculations, we can get the total decrease in future profit. Okay, so let's identify everything that's going to cause a financial loss or a financial decrease in our profits. Well, the first thing we have is right here. We're going to have a $7,500 added future financial loss because of the 15 extra errors that we're making. Okay. Then we're going to have a decrease in $7,600 in future profit. That's the decrease based on the percentage of customers who are going to shop again. Okay. And then we have a $2,250 decrease in future profits based on the overall online customer satisfaction rating. Okay. So we have those three components that are affecting our profit. So that's 7,500, 7,600, and 2,250. We're going to add those together. Okay. And that gives me 17,350. Okay. Let me do that. Okay. So my total decrease in future profit is going to be 17,350. Okay. Now, my total decrease in future market share, okay, let's highlight these. We're going to have a 0.57% decrease in future market share right there. And let me highlight this another color. And then we have a 0.5% decrease in future market share down here. So this is the effect of the decrease in percentage of customers who shop again versus the second part is based on customer satisfaction rating. So we have those two items right there. So it's 0.57% and then 0.45%. So if we add those two together, that gives me 1.02%. So my decrease in future market share is going to drop by 1.02% based on me taking longer to ship out my goods. You know, I should be shipping from the point that the order is placed to delivering it. It should take me 40 hours. It's taking me longer. It's taking me 43.8. Because it's taking me longer, that's affecting my market share and my profit. Because I'm making more mistakes than I should have. You know, we are anticipating having 65 errors during a year. Well, guess what? We have 80 errors. That's affecting the bottom line as well, and that's affecting our future market share. Okay, so those are components that we look at to be able to determine the future impact of what we anticipated that was going to happen to what actually happens. And then that impacts our profit and that impacts our future market share. Okay, so we have to clearly understand, do the calculations so we can be able to, at the end, calculate our decrease in the future profit and our decrease in the future market share. Okay, so like I said before, there's a lot of information included. We just need to make sure that we understand what the information is telling us, what is being affected. You know, is it going to be a financial loss? Is it going to be an impact to my market share? You know, because we do need to break those down differently or separately so we can be able to calculate the two components that they're asking us, which is to calculate the future profit and future market share impact based on these estimates that they provided for us down here. Okay, so please remember to read the chapter in its entirety, analyze the information. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. If you have a question on a specific problem, make sure that you include the problem number and your attempted solution. I want to see what you're doing so I can be able to provide guidance and help you. Okay, don't just tell me, Miss, I'm lost. Okay, There's no way you can be lost because everything's explained, like for example in this problem. So if you don't know, well, how did she get this number, or how did she get this number? Okay, well, you can go back and listen to it, or you can just say, well, I don't know how you're getting this number on this calculation. Can you explain this part of the problem? Okay, that way I can focus on the areas that you're struggling with. Okay, so good luck on your homework assignments. Remember that the majority of the problems coming up on your test come directly from your homework. So the homework is intended not to keep you busy, but to practice what you need to know for when you take your final assessments, which are your tests. Okay, so that is it. I want to wish you all the best of luck. Please stay safe out there, and until next time. Okay, thank you.